Roblox and video game development software maker Unity are both having huge months. They're up 60% and 40% respectively, and the metaverse is showing no signs of slowing. Nike making a big push with the launch of Nikeland on Roblox. It's a virtual world where players will be able to play games and design products all in Nike gear. Is this a smart strategic move for Nike or just a big publicity stunt? Joining me now is Americus Reed, professor of marketing at the Wharton School of Business and our newest CNBC contributor. Welcome to you.
That's very nice to be here. It's great to be with you, Kelly.
It's great to have you. So, I'm trying to imagine what possible downsides there would be unless financially investors got worried they were just going to put a ton of money in this space. But again, if this is the future, then why not invest there?
I agree with that 100%, Kelly. And I think you got to give Nike credit here because they're always on the bleeding edge of trying to create deep connections with their consumers. And I think what's going on in terms of this is to say, listen, we all know that the metaverse is going to be there, and there's going to be a significant amount of consumers, especially the younger ones, like you were saying, that are interested in this, right? And so because these are the digital natives they're basically born swiping left and right. And so this is going to be their world. We know that. So Nike is understanding that what we need to do is we need to make sure that we don't miss this train and that we are able to create those connections and start creating loyalty and familiarity at a younger age.
And to quote from you, as you point out here, America's 67% of Roblox users are under the age of 16. It's where the young consumers can don their Nikes in the virtual world, share, interact, commiserate, whatever it is, a natural gateway that creates that brand loyalty from a very young age. So, you know, I wonder how much you are nerding out on the metaverse and on Web3 and crypto and all of these things that are going to be the important building blocks of these future worlds. But, for our audience from this point of view, they're obviously not there yet. A lot of this is still a long time away. So at least for today, we're talking about it. It is in some ways a marketing, I don't want to call it a stunt, but a marketing move, isn't it?
It's a very bold marketing move. But if you think about what Nike does, Kelly, Nike is known for making these kinds of big bets, right? Colin Kaepernick, we believe he's going to be the next younger generation's Muhammad Ali. So we're going to bet on that. These are the kinds of things that Nike does. And so this is just basically an extension of who they are as a brand. And so you're 100% correct. I mean, I'm a digital immigrant, so I'm just trying to figure out TikTok. I'm worried about crypto next week and NFTs and all this kind of stuff. But Nike understands that if we can put the sneakers on you at a young age, virtually, when you're an avatar and you're in this metaverse and you're creating your own identity and your identity is forming, then what we're essentially doing is we're already building the kind of familiarity that's going to create a connection to you as a younger consumer. And what's going to happen in that virtual metaverse, Kelly, exactly like you're saying, is going to have a more higher probabilistic likelihood of occurring in the real world because of this investment that Nike's putting forth.
You know, the only kind of asterisk you could put on the Nike story lately seems to be one of political polarization. And we're seeing this with Nike. We're seeing it with Starbucks, where there's these kind of newer alternatives that bill themselves as sort of like the coffee for conservatives or the apparel brand for conservatives. And the upstarts are gaining a loyal following in many cases. Does a big move like this allow it to sort of leapfrog all of those concerns and just position itself as on the side of youth and innovate? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it kind of insulate them from those concerns?
You're 100% correct, Kelly. And what Nike does, let's never assume that Nike doesn't know who its customer is. That's number one. And so number two, they understand that, listen, we're going to live by our values. And so we don't necessarily want to bring everybody into this tribe, if you will. If you want to ride with us, that's awesome. But if you don't, that's cool too, because marketing is all about speaking to a specific group of consumers and knowing who you are. And so Nike understands that, yeah, y'all might get upset and start burning the shoes on Twitter, but just check the stock price, $171 today, I believe. And you'll see that if the stock price looks like this, it's because Nike understands its market, it understands its own brand, and it understands that it has made the decision, Kelly, that we are going to live by our values and our ideological beliefs, and we're going to take those younger consumers who are aligned with those core values along with us, and we're going to do that in the digital places where they already are and playing and living and being, and it's a very, very smart move in my opinion.